Hey ladies, welcome to another episode of Cooking for Your Man. I know I've been gone for a couple of weeks, but I'm back again for my sisters that cannot make gravy. I have a perfect and easy gravy tutorial that I'm going to show you today. Along with that gravy tutorial, I'm also going to be showing you how to put this pot roast in this gravy. So you will not only be making gravy, but you also will be making that man a delicious meal all at once. Okay ladies, before we get started, I want you to go ahead and check me out at www.mysweetheat.etsy.com. I have tons of beautiful candles and jewelry that may interest you. So if you're interested in candles and jewelry, check me out at www.mysweetheat.etsy.com. Alright ladies, let's get started. Before we get started ladies, I'm trying out this cocktail that my sister taught me how to make. It has cotton candy in it. I don't know why I was under the impression that the cotton candy was supposed to float. So I think I put too much cotton candy in it. But basically it's, I think she says a cotton candy Cosmo. And it just has cotton candy, vodka, and your favorite fruit juice, mixed berry, fruit punch, whatever. So I'll let y'all know how this tastes. It's pretty good, kind of sweet, but I like it. Alright sisters, let's get started. First I'm going to begin by seasoning my chuck roast with my house seasonings. If you watched my other videos, you know that my house seasonings are garlic salt, Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning, and black pepper. And you want to season this meat really well. Really well. Don't worry about over-seasoning because you cannot over-season this baby, I promise. And you just want to season both sides with all three of those ingredients or whatever seasoning choices that you prefer. These are just my go-to seasonings. I feel like they make every cut of meat and everything that I cook taste a whole lot better. So season both of those sides of that meat really well. Like I said, don't worry about seasoning it too much because you're going to put this in gravy. And some of that's going to get washed away by that gravy. And you want your meat to be nice and seasoned. Okay, sisters, once you get that meat nice and seasoned, you want to go ahead and toss that baby around in some flour. You can do this recipe with any kind of meat you want if you're trying to make gravy. Pork chops and gravy, oh my goodness. Chicken and gravy. Anything you want, same process, different cut of meat. And what I'm doing now, ladies, I'm just flouring my roast on both sides. That's going to help with our gravy also. And you want to shake the excess off. I'm going to put this whole, no I'm not, I lied. I'm going to cut this baby in half. And I'm going to put half of this in the skillet at a time. My skillet is a little small, y'all. I'm taking up donations. I'm just kidding. But I do got to get some larger skillets. But I cut my roast in half because it is pretty large. Because I'm not only cooking this for my man, I'm also cooking this for my kids. I'm going to place half of that baby in that oil. And we're going to brown it on both sides. And we're going to do the same thing to the other half. See y'all in a minute. Okay, sisters, we have removed our chuck roast from the skillet. Now you're going to add your flour to that skillet. When you are making your gravies, ladies, there are some important things that you need to remember. I can't give you exact measurements when it comes to the oil and the flour because like I said before, it's going to vary. It depends on how much oil that your meat will absorb when it's cooking. So when you're adding your flour to your oil, you want to add it slowly. You want it to be of this consistency once you're done adding your flour. I would say it's like a thick sauce or a syrup, if I would describe it. But so far I've added about a half a cup of flour. And like I said, it may vary with you depending on how much oil your meat absorbs. But I really hope that you ladies are able to get this right because gravy is a staple of many dishes in my family. And I want you ladies to be able to get this right. Once your gravy reaches about a medium brown color, that's when you want to add your chicken broth. Reduce your heat to medium low and add the 32 ounces of chicken broth to your skillet. When you're making your gravy, ladies, as you can see, I continue to whisk it because you do not want the flour to burn in the skillet. While the flour and oil is browning, continue to whisk it throughout the process. I know it seems like much, but you gotta do what you gotta do if you want that perfect gravy. Okay, I added our chicken stock and I reduced my heat a little bit. Now is the time where you want to make that gravy perfect. My daddy told me the perfect gravy is all about seasoning and flavor. You don't want a bland gravy. This is what your meat is going to be slow cooking in for 3 hours. You don't want it to be like water, or your meat is going to taste like water. So you want your gravy to be seasoned, you want it to be flavorful, and you want it to be very tasty. So once I added my chicken broth, I went ahead and stirred my mixture of gravy up. Also to this, you want to add 1 cup of water. I'm making a lot of gravy because my roast pieces are thick. I added 1 cup of water. And we're going to stir it a little bit more. Once you have your water and your chicken broth in your skillet, go ahead and turn the heat back up to medium high. Stir it a little bit more, and you're going to bring that to a boil. To this gravy mixture, we're going to add 3 chicken bouillon. How you say it? Chicken bouillon cubes. I'm going to add 3 of these to your gravy mixture. All right, we got 3 chicken bouillon cubes added. And we're also going to add half of your bell pepper and half of your onion. This is what flavors that gravy, ladies. That's what give your gravy some character. All right. You want to give that a nice little stir. Once your gravy comes to a boil, ladies, this is the time where you want to see if your gravy is thick enough for your liking. My gravy, as you can see, is not as thick as I want to be. I intentionally did that so I can show you guys how to thicken that gravy up when it's not thick enough for you. Add some of that flour that you use to cover your meat into a bowl. And you're going to add water to this flour to create a thickening agent. Add a small amount of water at a time, because what we're going for here is a paste. As you can see, that's what we're going for. I've just added a little amount of water to this bowl, ladies. Do not add too much. You can always add more if needed. Once you got that water added to your flour mixture, well, not to your flour mixture, but to your flour. Now's the time when you want to slowly add some of your gravy to the bowl to temper that flour. Because if you put the flour in the bowl like this, it's going to create clumps and lumps in your gravy, and we don't want that, honey. So go ahead and add a little bit of that gravy to that bowl. And stir it up a little bit. We're going to add a little bit more of that gravy to the bowl, honey. And give it a good little stir. And once you get your flour and water mixture to this consistency, like a thin syrup, you want to add it to your gravy slowly. All the time, the whole time that you're adding your mixture, you want to be whisking it. throughout your gravy. Alrighty, I'm just going to use this spoon to scrape all the rest of that out of that bowl. Let that boil a little longer. As it boils, it should thicken up. If not, you need to make that mixture one more time. Okay, to my gravies, lady, I'm going to add some seasonings. I'm going to add a little bit of that Cavender's Greek seasoning that we added. Black pepper. However much you prefer, I like black pepper. And some of that garlic salt, ladies. Remember, ladies, a good gravy is all about flavor. That's why we added the chicken bouillon cube, the chicken broth, the seasoning, the bell pepper, and onions, because you want your meat to slow cook in something that's really tasty and delicious and not something that's bland like water. So once you get your desired consistency, I've reached the consistency that I want. I don't want it too thick for my roast. It's kind of in between thick and thin. It's a medium consistency. You want to go ahead and pour that gravy over your roast, your chuck steak, your pork chops, your chicken, whatever you're cooking. To my chuck roast, ladies, I've added bell peppers, onions, carrots, and potatoes. They are all optional ingredients, but these are the ones that I desire. Now I'm going to pop this baby in the oven. Through the magic of video, ladies, our chuck roast and gravy is done. I have paired this delicious meat dish with some homemade mashed potatoes. I surprised myself when I made these mashed potatoes. I did a little twist on them. Stay tuned for a video on how to make these delicious mashed potatoes. As you can see, I plated it up beautifully, adding some parsley for garnishment and putting our vegetables on side of our meat, making that meal look delicious and tasty for that man, girl. You know how we do it. Anyway, thank you guys. Oh, before we go, I want to show y'all how tender this roast is. Please forgive me. I got my phone in one hand and my fork in the other hand. I'm going to try to show you. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. It's cooked in the oven for 3 hours. Delicious. It is so tender, y'all. I got to get a taste of this. Once again, thank you, ladies, for watching another episode of Cooking for Your Man. Stay tuned for many delicious recipes to come. Y'all, I'm talking with my mouth full. Don't do that. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.